Hello friends, and welcome to Making Pumpkins Part 1. I'm super excited because, as you all probably know by now, I love pumpkins. And so I am excited to teach you how to draw one and have kind of 3 different activities. So the first one is drawing a pumpkin. And all you need is a sheet of paper, sheet of drawing paper, and a pencil. So let's get started, right? We've got this paper. You can decide if you want yours to go horizontally or if you want it to be vertical. I'm going to do mine this way. And we're just going to start with an oval shape because that's the shape of a pumpkin. It's very round. You can make yours a little bit more circular if you want, but I'm going to try to fill up, the space on the page, and I've got a rectangle piece of paper. So that means my shape is going to be a little bit more oval than circle. But whatever kind of paper you've got, just start to lightly sketch it out. And I like to use a really light, sketchy line so that I can erase the line out later when I decide, oh, I don't really like that line there. It's super easy for me to erase when I use a sketchy line. So use your sketchy line and get an oval shape for your pumpkin. All right, does everybody have that? Okay, so that's step 1, oval shape. Now a pumpkin has sections, right? So we're going to start with the middle section. And I think this is the trickiest part of drawing a pumpkin because you have to make sure that your lines go like this, right? The lines that are on the right side of the pumpkin are going to curve this way. And the lines that are on the left side are going to curve this way. So some lines are going to go out like this, following that outside line. I'm going to start with this one in the middle. I'm just going to start up at the top and curve my line. I'm following this outside shape, curve my line this way. All right, I've got a nice curved line. Yeah? All right, let's do one more. Start at the top. See how they touch at the top? Watch the difference at the bottom. At the bottom, they're not going to touch. It's going to come down to about here. All right, so my lines are touching at the top, but they're not touching at the bottom. Okay, now let's do one curving the other way. So I've got this one going this way. It's touching at the top, but it's not going to touch this one at the bottom. It's just going to curve around there. All right. And then I'll do one more, touching at the top. And then give it some space at the bottom. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections to my pumpkin. All right. And you can kind of tweak it if there's anything that you want to change, but that should be good. So what is our pumpkin missing now? It's missing a stem, right? Every pumpkin needs a stem. So let's add in our stem at the top. And I didn't really leave myself that much space, but I'm going to connect my stem to these 2 lines here. So I'm just going to, start here and then bring a stem up. This is what helps make it look 3D. Instead of just sticking my stem on the top right here, I'm going to start a little bit lower because the stem actually comes from the middle of the pumpkin. So once I have my stem shape, and I'll curve it a little bit, curve it a little, then I'm going to change this part of my drawing to make it look more stemmy. Watch what I do. All right, in each section, I'm going to do a little line like this that's slightly curved, and that's going to become the bottom of my stem. All right, so see what I did there? Now I'm going to erase out all these inside lines. And look, now I've got a stem that sits inside of my pumpkin, not just up top, but inside. All right, and then I'm going to add some inside lines to my pumpkin to make it look like, oh, this is the pumpkin, this is where the stem came from. And on the back side, I need to edit this just a little bit. So I've got another section of my pumpkin coming from here. And these guys go to the back. All right. Everybody can see that on their stem. So I've got a stem that's coming from inside, and their pumpkins are going around. Their pumpkin sections are going around. All right, so now let's fix our bottom sections. We had that oval and it was really flat, but each of these pumpkin sections needs to be rounded off a little bit. So just come back and curve your lines. All right, curve your lines a little bit here, curve it, and then you can erase out what used to be there, and then curve this one. All right, that's gonna make it look more real. You see how this side is now curved? That looks better than this straight side. So let's curve this side too to make it look like our other side. So I'm gonna curve this line in, erase out my old line, and then this one, I'm gonna curve in here. So now we've got our bumps on the bottom and our bumps at the top. You guys, this looks like a pretty realistic pumpkin, right? Let me fix this one line a little bit. This is a really good looking pumpkin. Great job, friends. I think you're ready for making pumpkins part 2, which is where we're gonna add some color with oil pastel to our drawing to make it look more 3D. So it'll look kind of like that, all right? So watch Making Pumpkins part 2 to see how to add color to your pumpkin. Great job, friends.